going on YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Barber Jase, back with another video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and thank you to all my loyal subscribers, always leaving comments and messaging me on Instagram. I appreciate you guys, and if these videos help you and you want to show me some love and support the ting so I can carry on making these educational videos for you guys, you can buy me a coffee, link in description. Big up the ting. But let's jump straight into the video. I'm sectioning out my profile line right now, checking the shape, and I'm just going to point cut a nice guide for the top. This client's going to have a crop top, so I'm giving the top a jagged finish to allow more texture and movement. As you can see, I'm using my blade of the scissors at a 45 degrees angle so I can still create shape as well as adding a bit of texture. I'm doing a sweeping technique, following my guide from the tip of my fingers where my profile line is. Make sure you check out my barbering breakdown on how I layer hair. That's why I go in depth on how I cut the top. You might be able to add a couple techniques to your game. Like the way I cut hair, I did not create any of these techniques. I actually watched different barbers, whether it's online, people that I work with. I've taken different techniques from different barbers and I've made it into my own. That is the beauty of the game. There's so many ways of cutting hair and you need to find a way that suits your style. But right now I'm drying the hair in its natural position, doing a bit of rough drying with my fingers to dry it off a little bit quicker. As you can see, I'm not using my Dyson hairdryer no more. I think this switch was broken and I need to send it off to repair. Hopefully it should be back soon. So now starting my clipper work, I'm using a number 3 to remove any weight and to create a nice shape that blends nicely into the top. This will make your life easier so you have less scissor over comb, clipper over comb, and all that connecting business that you don't want to waste time on. Now using a 2.5 and a 2, working below that weight line, just clearing that bulk underneath it. It shouldn't take you long because you're not creating a shape and also you're not removing the bulk. I'm just cleaning up the hair underneath that weight line. So right now, using my trimmers, my Babyless skeletons, we're dropping that placement line at the front, keeping a bit of weight and a bit of darkness at the front hairline. And he doesn't want to drop it too far at the back, so we're going for a medium fade, but we're dropping it at the front. So it's kind of like a drop fade, but not really like a drop fade. We're just dropping it halfway. Now moving on to my foils, using my Babyless Pro foils. Check out my last video. I break down how I use my foils, basic barbering breakdown with Barber Jase. So now I'm preparing my fade with a 1.5 guard, working just below the 2 from before. And guess what, we're going to do a bit of skip guarding using that classic 1 guard. So using this classic 1 guard, putting that on, fully open, and I'm working down, open, close, and then I'm going to go straight into no guard, fully open. Slowly closing that lever to get rid of that last final line. And when you're fading like this, it's got a lot to do with the pressure and the angle of your clippers that will help it blend into the longer lengths. Too much pressure and you'll create a line. Same with the angle of your blade. But if you scoop out correctly and use less pressure the higher you go, you should blend into the previous lengths without creating a harsh line. So using the corner of my blade near the front hairline where the line drops, also behind the ear where the head starts to curve to the back. But on the side of the head is quite flat, so I use the whole blade on the side and go in different directions against the growth to catch all the hair. So now repeating the same steps, fading out the back. This is a really fast, efficient technique to fade, working down with your guards, so you're not rubbing out loads of different lines, you're just trying to fade out one line, working from the top, fading down. So that's the fade done, let's move on to the shape up. So now shaping up the curved part of the front hairline, or some of you guys like to call it C-cup. I call something else a C-cup, so let's call it the boomerangs. So shaping up the boomerangs using a corner of my blade, creating a guide at the top of the boomerang, and I'm connecting it into the sideburns. Also doing a little bit of tapering with my comb at a 45 degrees angle to get rid of the hairs hanging over, and jumping straight into the front hairline. He didn't want to take the fringe too high, he liked the length of it, so I kept it quite natural and I just touched it up very slightly. It's never going to be perfect because the fringe is quite long, it's going to move. Now moving the fringe out of the way, I'm shaping up the vertical part. Finishing off the haircut with a bit of scissor over comb. Make sure you check out that barbering breakdown video. Just a little bit of scissor over comb to perfect and to soften the blend. Also a bit of texturizing, scissor over comb texturizing. And now a bit of texturizing into my layers. Slicing straight down, parallel with the hair. Also taking sections, sliding my comb in from the side to grab my section. And I think that's it, guys. Let's style him up with a bit of matte clay. Thank you again to everyone that's tuning in. If any of these videos have helped you and you want to give back and support the channel, you can now buy me a coffee, link in description. One more thing, make sure you stay fresh, stay faded, stay blessed at all times. It's your boy Barber Jase, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.